I want to take this as an opportunity to show you how not to start a chainsaw. It's on, the engine is cold. Okay, so obviously that was not a cold start. I ran this for a few minutes before. I just made a video on how to fix this saw, but I want to take this as an opportunity to kind of go over one other option, or one other thing that I see a lot. In fact, I've seen it 3 times this week alone. That's revving your chainsaw when it's cold. Don't do that. Let me explain. When you, to properly turn on your saw, sorry, battery went dead. Anyway, so when starting your saw, the engine's cold. Now, your engine's not made of one same type of metal. It's made of a couple types. When it's running, each one of those metals are going to be expanding at a different rate than the other one. And just the way that the piston's laid out, certain parts of it are going to be expanding at a different rate just because one side is going to be significantly hotter than the other. That is going to cause a potential problem, maybe not immediately, maybe not in 10 years, maybe not in a week, who knows. But if you start your saw cold and you instantly start revving it, now a couple high revs are fine just to get it going. That's completely okay. That's no problem. The real problem is when you first start it, instantly revving, instantly cutting, you are putting a lot of wear on your engine because your exhaust is warming up a whole lot faster than everything else around it. And more specifically, your rings are too. Your rings will eventually gouge, scrape, cut, however you want to say it, and then start damaging your piston. It will start damaging the cylinder wall. It will start damaging everything. That is, even if you have fuel that has oil in it, don't do that. Eventually, over time, you will just cause it to lose power and then eventually not start. That's generally not repairable without a whole lot of parts. So the proper way to turn it on, rev it up once, let it sit there for a minute or two, then and only then, once it's thoroughly been warmed up, start cutting, and even then cut at a fairly mild pace. Don't just go Mad Max on it. Once you have a little bit of time on it, go ahead, run it like normal. That's not a problem. You do that, you will not have any issues. So what ends up happening, obviously this saw runs, so it's not going to be too much of a problem, but whenever I hear a saw doesn't run and I pull on it, and generally you can feel it pretty easily in the pull cord if it has no compression. If I pull on it and there's no compression, I instantly take off the exhaust, and the reason why is you will see the piston directly, and almost every single time, with the exception of if you run it without oil, of course, and even then, but you will see scrapes and gouges and just nasty marks on the side of your piston. And when you see that, you're pretty much guaranteed to have the same thing on your cylinder wall. So don't over rev it when you first turn it on. The proper way, like I said, go over it one more time. Turn it on, rev it up once real quick, let all the fuel get going, everything's flowing nice and well. Let it idle, put it down, go get a beer, whatever, or actually non-alcoholic beer because you're cutting with a chainsaw. But let it sit there, warm up, and you can feel it getting warm. It's not like it's not like it's going to sneak up on you if it gets warm. You'll feel it getting warm. So once that happens, cut very normally. Don't rev it up all the way. You shouldn't hear it hitting 10,000 RPM. And after one or two, good cuts, go ahead, go wild, it's fine. If you do that, you'll extend your life of your chainsaw significantly. I just want to make this quick video on how to properly turn it on, because I've seen, like I said, at least 3 times this week, maybe even 4, depending on, I don't remember when I got the other one. And it's almost always the same thing. They turned it on and instantly started cutting. I don't know the exact term. I've seen others say it's a cold seizure. I guess that makes sense. I just call it stupid personally, but that's just me. So if you follow this rule, guarantee you it will work. Just don't go crazy when you first turn it on. Let the saw warm up. This little engine is going to be putting out a lot of speed, a lot of RPMs, a lot of air is moving through there, a lot of heat's going to be transferred, a lot of heat's going to go into it. You want to make sure that it's as even as possible. You don't want giant hot spots. Okay, well, quick video, nothing special about it, but just wanted to put this out there. If you like what you see, keep watching. Definitely subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, or if you had this happen before and you want to go over it, feel free to message me. I'll leave a comment below. I'll catch you on the next one. Subscribe. Have a good night.